welcome to the morning routine. Happy Tuesday, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, today is Valentine's Day. Hope everyone's having a good Valentine's Day so far. Today's our barbecue Friday on a Tuesday because it's Valentine's Day, all right? Let's do some headlines real quick, shall we? We shall. All right, the biggest difference between skiing and snowboarding is pretty simple, actually. One is two skis, one is one big snowboard. That's really the biggest difference. Pretty easy to me. Don't know why I'd write a big article on it. Here we go. Man moves to remote village, cuts off all his communication, and loses 137 pounds. He's in a remote village. I'm sure there's no AMs, PM, AM, PM, 7-Elevens, grocery stores near him. So, you cut down all the snacking, all those chippy chips and all those sodies and all the junk food that we tend to eat. There's no McDonald's on the street corner. Stop eating in the garbage. Nobody needs soda. And miraculously, you'll lose some poundage. All right, moving right along. This is important, a retired Boeing 737 that just been transformed into a private villa or Airbnb or a place you live. Okay, so last week I had a headline that said that had to do with people living in airplanes. I said they were weird. If they all look like this, then I totally get it. Otherwise, it's still weird. All right, lastly we have, this is a weird one. India, the country, India, tries to rebrand Valentine's Day as Cow Hug Day. You hug a cow day. Here's how it backfired. Hug a cow day. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that one. But Valentine's Day wasn't broken, so I'm not sure why we needed to brand it anything different. Right? Almost got everybody with that one. All right, moving right along. Here we go. Look out. Incoming fire from all places. All right, so it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hopefully everyone's having a good Valentine's Day so far. It's not for everybody. Valentine's Day isn't just about couples. I think that's the big misconception about Valentine's Day. It was based on it, but it doesn't have to be that. It's celebrating relationships. So maybe you just have a good best friend. And you know what? You want to express on this day some extra gratitude or love for them. Hey, get them a card and just say, thanks for being my very good close friend. Valentine's Day is about sharing love, not just relationships. All right? So it is our barbecue Friday as well. We're going to have some tasty food a little bit later. We're going to do some crafty type project things. Going to get outside a little bit as well, so we're going to have a good day. But most importantly, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we jump ahead to Wednesday, we got to talk about the Super Bowl. We got to recap the Super Bowl. It was Sunday, and today we're filming this on Monday, so we got to talk about the Super Bowl. Contrell was in here last week on Friday, and he talked about Super Bowl predictions and whatnot. You saw that yesterday on Monday. I know I'm confusing the dates a lot, but excuse me. We got to recap the Super Bowl. Everybody saw it or should have seen it. So let's bring in Contrell. Come on, Contrell. And we're going to talk about the Super Bowl and how it went, how I thought it went. Hey, Contrell. How are you? Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good. All right. So you saw the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Give me let's break it down into pieces.
Okay.
Let's start with the first half, because the first half was very different than the second half.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, guys. So now I was watching the game a lot, and this game is a pretty close game.
It was.
And good defense. Last week I said this is only two teams that Patrick Mahomes was his strong horse. I said these two quarterbacks is a big match, and it was. But the only difference was in the first half was that Eagles dominated the whole possession, to keep the ball, to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Yeah.
And second half was different. It's a totally different thing.
I think in the first half, Patrick Mahomes was on the field a total of like 8.5 minutes or something like
Yes.
that. It was ridiculously low. He was not, the Chiefs' offense was hardly on the field at all. It was almost all
Eagles.
the Eagles.
But this game was pretty good. It was good. But only thing I think the Eagles was they didn't do their part. You know, they didn't say they was going to stop Patrick Mahomes in the second half. We know Patrick Mahomes was injured.
So before we go into the second half, the first half they were tied up, or they were just shy of being tied up.
They were shy of being tied.
They were 3 points down. The
Yeah.
Chiefs were 3 points down going into the half.
Yes.
But right at the end of the half, Patrick Mahomes got hurt.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he got a tackle and they had that high ankle sprain.
Yes, he.
And injured it again.
So when he came into the locker room, I don't know what made. I mean, he probably had to look at his ankle and see when he was ready to go.
I think they probably rewrapped it.
Yeah, we wrapped it. They'll give him a pill, maybe to let him feel better.
Mhm.
But we know both these quarterbacks is a pocket winner quarterbacks. If they get pressure, they're gonna win the ball or throw it out of bounds. And I think the only difference was between these two quarterbacks is that Patrick Mahomes, he wanted this win. He really wanted it.
Mhm.
I give credit for the Chiefs, but the Eagles had the opportunities to win the game, but they choose not to. I'm not giving no bad credit to Jordan Hurts. He did his best. He did his part.
Yeah.
But in the future, I have said that Jordan Hurts he will be a Super Bowl contender. He will win one sooner or later. The same will go with Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson yet because he's not there yet at all.
Yeah, Lamar
And-
Jackson's got a ways.
Lamar Jackson got a long way to go.
Now, what I thought was interesting is that the Eagles' offense was just super successful in a lot of areas.
Yes.
That would make you think they were gonna win no matter what. Every single third down conversion, but one.
Yes.
Okay, every single third down conversion they won, except for one of them. They only punted once. And then every time there was a quarterback sneak, 100% of the time in this game, the quarterback sneak was successful,
Yes.
which is crazy. The odds of that are not that high, but they are so dominant
Yes.
at the quarterback sneak. So the quarterback sneak is when there's just a little bit of distance they have to go, and they just hammer into everybody, and the quarterback just has to get across the line and get that
Yes.
person. 100% successful. That's unheard of.
Yes, and then
Crazy.
and Jordan Hurts made some history also in this game. I think he had 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns and a 2-point touchdown or something
They
like
got the
that.
touchdown conversion, which is a big deal because
Yes.
that's tied it up towards the end of the game. But the curious thing, so just a little footnote to this game, is there's a crazy statistic in football that is, if it is your first, as a quarterback, if it's your first time to a Super Bowl and you lose,
Yes,
your trajectory in the NFL goes down.
yes,
Versus if it's your first time to the Super Bowl and you win, your trajectory goes up. So it'll be interesting to see if Jalen Hurts, which trajectory he takes after this.
I think the only difference I think is Jordan Hurts. If he had a successful season, I think he would look at it this: wow, I did a phenomenal job.
Mhm.
Even though I didn't win the Super Bowl, but I was in it and I almost got the win. But
Yeah.
if he can keep this up, bring it up, back up here like he was, he can win a Super Bowl. But when I look at the Super Bowl 50 with Peyton Manning and Cam Newton, well, we already know that Peyton Manning that was his last year playing NFL. So it was going to be Broncos win because of Peyton Manning retiring. And Cam Newton was, since he lost the Super Bowl, his rate of in the Super Bowl dropped so much
Yeah.
that the Panthers released him or trade him off or
It's
whatever.
one of those examples of a quarterback going to the Super Bowl, not winning because it's their first time, and then slow decline.
And that's why no one That's why Cam Newton's not playing at all this year. No one wants to sign him. No one wants to pick him up. I think he should retire. Cam Newton.
So I think to cap off the Super Bowl, I think the other thing that happened, especially in the second half, is Andy Reid, the coach of the Chiefs. He's been coaching for a long time.
Yes.
He's a really good coach.
Oh yes.
He, I think, outcoached the coach for the Eagles.
Oh yes.
Because he's only been a head coach for 2 years.
Yes.
Right? So, but in the second half, the Chiefs turned it around completely. Mahomes was hurt to start
Yes.
with, so they were at a disadvantage, but they took advantage, especially on the gameplay, the schemes that they did and the plays that they had. They took advantage, whereas the Eagles head coach, I think, was just sticking to his normal game plan that they did all season long, thinking that's going to carry us through the game. You can't. This is the Super Bowl. You got to
change it up.
You got to change it up.
I
You
think
gotta take different
yes.
risks.
I'm gonna give what Carl was. I'm gonna add to what Mr. Carl was saying. So we know Andy Reid's been coaching for a long time, but I don't think Andy Reid's gonna retire just yet. He got a lot of tank in him. But
So I think you're right.
I think between these Andy Reid, it's another coach is pretty up there with Andy Reid's. Bill Belichick too. We know these two coaches are the same age, but I don't think they're gonna retire yet. If they still got there, they're gonna keep coaching. But I don't think both coaches will retire. They might have maybe 5 years, 6 years in now.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see. But I'm not projecting that.
All right, so we'll end on this note. The Super Bowl was great. It was a good game. It was an interesting game. It was a school and scheming throughout a football game.
Yeah, especially that halftime show is awesome.
Yep, the halftime show with Rihanna was pretty good, and then the commercials were kind of they were trying too hard, in my opinion. All right, so we'll leave on this note because football season is technically over
in
now.
the free agent draft, draft, and then yes.
Yeah, so that's all coming up. But the interesting move just happened already. So the first move that happens before they start moving players around or what is the coaching changes.
Oh yes, the coach.
Did you hear what happened at Denver?
They got Sean Payton.
Sean Payton came in. So Sean Payton was the coach of
with the Saints.
The Saints, which were doing really good under Sean Payton.
Yes.
And he already made a big move
with the Broncos.
Denver. You know what it was?
Huh?
Do you know what it is?
He was the coach.
Nope. The big move that Sean Payton already did is he made a statement saying that Russell Wilson's personal coaches not allowed in the building.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's taking control right away
Yes.
with Russell Wilson and that Denver situation.
But I think, can Sean Payton really get into Russell Wilson? Can he be that coach to pressure Russell Wilson, because he did with Drew Brees all his life.
Huge. Yeah.
Drew Brees is a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
But can Sean Payton get Russell Wilson back to who he was with the Seahawks? But can he do that? Can he see that same Russell Wilson to see it's not just for his life, but can he be that kind of a quarterback? I'm not saying Sean Payton he's not going to do his job, but I think if Sean Payton he did this with Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I think it's a different quarterback we're dealing with Sean Payton.
It's a different quarterback, but interesting footnote to that is Sean Payton did an excellent job coaching Drew Brees.
Yes.
Drew Brees was also a short quarterback.
Yes.
One of the early few. Now, I don't know if he's the same height as Russell Wilson or not.
No.
But your scheme with your plays that you use with your shorter quarterbacks has to be different than taller quarterbacks because they can't see over the linemen as well. So you got to be a little bit different. And Drew Brees, we know, he was a pocket passer and a great passer.
Yes, not different quarterback. It's a scrambler. I don't know if Sean Payton can do good with scrambling quarterbacks. We have to wait and see.
We'll see. He did great with, like we said, we know he did awesome with Drew Brees, so we'll see. Anyway, all right, guys, so that's enough of the football talk.
Yes.
We'll end the football talk. Thank you, Contrell, for coming in.
Thank you so much
more
for
football and sports stuff with Contrell coming up in the future weeks. All right, thanks, buddy. It is. Yeah. There are other sports going on, but don't worry about those. Just until football comes back. All right. Now, Tomorrow, Wednesday, Dress to Impress. Do not forget tomorrow's Dress to Impress. And we have our contest, right? Tomorrow, I'm going to draw from our finalists last week that dressed up real good. I'm going to draw 3 winners that are going to get to go on to a cool event all by themselves with the staff. They're going to go have a fun experience. Find out what that is tomorrow. But, all right. So here's the deal. This image here shows you what you need to, that's dangerous, what you need to do in order to dress successfully, right? Shirt, there's your shirt, right? Pants, there's your pants, right? Shoes, a bunch of people were so close. They had the shirt, they had the pants, they didn't have the shoes. They were so close to being on that list that they didn't make it. So make sure you get the shoes right, all right? Tomorrow, Dress to Impress. We'll pick our winners tomorrow morning, and on the morning routine, I'll pick the folks that are getting to do the special event live on the morning routine or live in the morning routine. Now, what is the national day today? I wonder if it's Valentine's Day. See what the national day is.
Morning, everybody. It's Valentine's Day. Yes, the red heart. I don't know how you make a heart with your hands. I can go like that, huh? With my fingers. But it is. It's February 14th. Like I said yesterday, it's the day some people hate, and it's the day some people love. Valentine's Day. It's also National Chocolate Cream Filled Candy Day. You know, how many red hearts are out there with chocolates in them? They say 58 million pounds of cream-filled chocolates get bought up for this day. I always think it's really funny if you go to the grocery store, like right after you get out of program, and you go over to a grocery store and you just sit and watch all the men running in there to grab that yucky old red box of Whitman's candy and a dozen roses. And this year they're probably going to pay over, could be like $125 just for those 2 things, because they didn't prepare ahead of time. Yeah, see, they run to the grocery store. It's kind of amusing, let's say, to sit there for a little bit and watch people panic on, oh my God, what do I get? And I've waited to the last minute. Just think about it a couple days before and go to the C's candy shop if you really want to get some candy. And Whitman boxes, bleh. But that's just my humble opinion. I want chocolate, I want the good stuff. Or, if you don't give chocolate, what could you give? I always like to get the chocolate, then I eat all the chocolate, and then I say, ooh, I shouldn't have eaten the chocolate. I didn't need to eat the chocolate. And then I tell them, why did you buy me chocolate? And that's not nice, because somebody did at least, go buy you something, huh? Be gracious for it, I suppose. Keep your thoughts to yourself like that, perhaps. But I don't know, anybody have any plans for Valentine's Day? Anybody out there? I don't hear too many plans. I think I'm just gonna go home and cook a nice dinner for myself. It's cheaper. Open a bottle of sparkling whatever and watch something on the old boob tube. It's just another day, right? Now it's Valentine's Day. If I don't get a Valentine's card, I get really miffed off, and they know it too. So whatever floats your boat on Valentine's Day, whether it be all those chocolatey candies or just nothing at all. Celebrate it how you wish on this Valentine's Day.
Hey guys, happy, it's the 14th. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day for all of you, and what better day to go back in the bearded past and talk about the true love tacos, right? Our true love, this is what you should all be dating today. And if you don't have a date, it's okay. tacos will fulfill that need. So we're gonna do a little history of tacos, and the basic history is it's an ancient Mexican food, but I'm gonna go into when it came to America. So the taco was first introduced in the United States in 1905. So, and it comes not obviously, but Mexican migrants were coming to work on railroads and other jobs. So they started to bring their delicious food with them, okay? Tacos were they were a street food at the time, since they were highly portable, cheap. In fact, Americans first became exposed to tacos through Mexican food carts in Los Angeles that were run by women called chili queens. I can tell you the Taco Zone, it's a little food truck down in Los Angeles, and right there in right outside of Echo Park. Oh my gosh, it is the most popular taco truck at 1 o'clock in the morning I've ever seen in my life. Great stuff as well. These ladies sold delicious economic Mexican food like soft corn tortilla tacos, and they were deemed exotic by an American that tried one. The fillings were incredibly spicy and unfamiliar to the American palate. Yeah, it's crazy. So here they come over. So what was the change? In 1920, the food Mexican immigrants brought started to fuse with the American ingredients. So of course it started with the traditional ingredients, and then started food. So organs, which used to be one of the main things in tacos, was the organs of the animal. They were replaced with more palatable ground beef, chicken, cheddar cheese, cool lettuce, and this was in the 1920s. Tomato became standard fillings. So our tacos that we eat today didn't really start until the 1920s. Up until the 1920s, is like I said, it came from what the ancient Mexicans who first started eating tacos. Last but not least, in short, the taco was becoming something of a Mexican-American fusion. Things got even more interesting when Taco Bell became mainstream and created a breed of Mexican food that wasn't authentically Mexican at all. And so you guys, when you go to Taco Bell and you think you're eating Mexican food, it's not even close. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care, man.
All right, everybody, that is it. It is Valentine's Day. We're gonna have some tasty lunch here in the building. We're gonna have a great day. We got our live as well, Facebook Live, 1 o'clock. See what's happening there. We've got cool lives. So have a great day. Tomorrow, Wednesday, will be our Dress to Impress and so much more. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. Take care. What?